Hey, beautiful people, it's your girl T, and I'm back to do my completed colored pages for the months of April, May, and June. So I don't know if I said this in the previous video, but um, my goal for the last 3 months was to complete um, all of my whips. And so what I did was I had to create a spreadsheet, guys, for my coloring books. And while I was creating this spreadsheet, I decided to look through the book to see if there were all of my books, to see if there were any books that I had started a page in and did not complete, a page which would leave a WIP, which is a work in progress for newbies. WIP, WIP, is a work in progress. So I went through all of my books and discovered that I had about 29 books that had WIPs in them, and I don't like that. So I was like, why did I start all these pages and not finish them? And so I decided to go ahead and complete them. So I have 29 books that I'm going to start with that were WIPs, that all had WIPs in them. Some of them had more than one WIP. And and as I was going through each book, I realized why they were WIPs. I really didn't like the page, the paper, the color scheme I chose, but to get through it, I had to go ahead and complete them. So, in total, guys, I colored 79 pages. 79 pages out of 49 books total. 29 books were WIPs, and 20 books were all new pictures. So this is like double what I did last quarter. And what that leads me to believe is that with everything going on in the world and in America, COVID, racial tensions, things like that, I think that I maybe was stressed out a little bit. So I focused a lot on God, praying, and coloring. Lots of coloring, lots of praying. So this is what this video is. It's a lot of pages. So you guys, this is going to be a long one. I typically don't like them to go over an hour. So I'm going to try to get through these within an hour. Some of these I will know what I use, some I won't. So if I don't remember, I will not tell you. But it's going to be a long one. So go ahead and grab yourself something to drink, something to snack on, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so this first set of books are going to be WIPs, okay? These are all the books with WIPs. So first book, Fairyland Grayscale Coloring Book by Black River Art. So I had two in this one. This is the first one. And I know why I did not do these. I started and did not finish because to me this grayscale is a little more difficult to color, and I was really overwhelmed with it. The paper, you can see the lines through the print. It's just not a good grayscale printing. So it was a WIP for a long time. This one I just used markers straight up. I decided not to do the backgrounds, just the picture. So I think I used Cali Art on these. Okay, here's the second one I started. This one I actually started with colored pencil. You can kind of tell on her face. I don't want to zoom in because it's really ugly. But again, I used Cali Art markers and decided to only focus on her and the log she's sitting on. Everything else was left in grayscale because I did not want to even try to color that because it's so detailed. So yes, so that was the first two. And that again was Fairyland Grayscale Coloring Book. Okay, the next WIP I have is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Joanna Basford. I have two of these books. This is the UK copy. This is my copy that I'm keeping for myself. And I had started this this page here, and I went ahead and finished it. I used the Derwent Artist colored pencils. I also used some Sparkle Pop for the gold, and I attempted to color gems on this page. So you can see the shimmer. It's really nice. I like that. So there we have Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. The next book I colored in was Dreamlings 3. And I finished this page. I'm not happy with it, but it's finished. So I use the, here I use the Derwent Artist color pencils. And then here I just decided to use some, the Milky Pop gel pens to do the stars. This is not one of my favorites. Okay, not at all. But it's done. Again, that's Dreamlings 3. Okay, next we have Fantastic Structures. This is by Steve McDonald, and this was a whip for a long time, and so I decided to go ahead and finish it. I'm okay with the way this turned out. I used Stabilo markers on the buildings. You see the buildings, different colors. I went in here with colored pencil and went this building here because I didn't have a marker in this color. And then I did the sky with the Lyra Aquacolor crayons and the water in the Lyra Aquacolor crayons. Okay. Next we have Wonder Woman. This is Coloring DC. And I started this a while ago, a long time ago when I first got it. I love Wonder Woman, you guys. I have Wonder Woman bandanas, this little thing to make a bracelet. So this is my all-time favorite superhero. I call her superhero, Wonder Woman. And I did this page, and you'll see some Sparkle Pop glitter pens. And I'm not really sure. I want to say I used, what did I use? I really can't remember what I used for as far as colored pencil. But yeah, that's Wonder Woman. Okay, next, Color My Sketchbook. And I really hated this, you guys. I started this a long time ago. It's probably more than 2 years, and I know why I didn't like it. I just did not care for the images on this page, but I finished them. So I used, I think, Prismacolor Premier on this. That's Color My Sketchbook. All right, then we have Color Me Stress Free. And I did 2 in this one. These were also whips. This page I used the Faber-Castell Gold Fauber pencils. I really like the colors that I used in that one. Those pencils are very vibrant and pretty. If you can't afford the polychromos, you may want to go for those. And then I did this here with Sharpies. This was a total mess. You guys see this going on here down. I was so over it. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to go overall with gray. Not a cute page at all. But, you know, as a colorist, not every page is going to be magnificent. But, you know, as long as you're happy when you're doing it, that's all that matters. All right, the next book I have is Doodle Invasion. And that is by Kirby Rosanes. I finished this page here. And this one was just done with alcohol markers. And then I used the Pentel Sparkle Pop and metallics. You can see it kind of shimmering there. That was a simple page. And then I did this one here. And this one I used Prismacolor Premier. Let me see. I think I have it down here. No, sorry. Arteza Expert, and then the Pentel Milky Pops. So these are Artezas and the Pentel Milky Pops. I really like this page. It was so fun to color. Really, really fun. Again, that's Doodle Invasion by Kirby Rosanes. Next was Carmel by the Sea by Jan Kohler, California Storybook Town, coloring book for all ages. I'm from California, so I had to have this book. And I finished this page here. And I used Conda markers, and I also used some gel pen, and I used Arteza Expert color pencils on that. Turned out really cool. I made all the hats kind of like a greenish color. Let me zoom in so you guys can see that a little better. Sorry about that. Yeah, so there you go. This was really fun. Pink's my favorite color, guys, so you're going to see a lot of pink. All right, and that was Carmel by the Sea, California Storybook, Town Coloring Book for All Ages by Jan Kohler. All right, next, colored in August Reverie. Let me zoom back out for you guys. Okay, August Reverie, and this is by Chinthaka Harith, Vivid Publishers. And I finished this page here. This one was so fun for me. I love how this turned out. I used the same colors, the flowers in the sky, and in her outfit, and I made her crown gold with Sparkle Pop. Oh my gosh, I love this page, guys. It was really fun to do. Colored pencils, I think these were, my goodness, I can't remember. I want to say I used Arteza, but I'm not really sure. So don't don't believe me on that. I don't remember. And I didn't write it on the back. So that was August Reverie, and that is by Chinthaka Harith. The next one I colored was Benny Blue, Grayscale Coloring Book by Kristen Karen. And this is the only picture I've done in this book. And I started off doing this, I know, almost, well, yeah, last year. And I had only colored the socks. So I want to zoom in on him because he's so cute. So I finished this one and I used, oh yeah, I know what I used. I used Faber-Castell Polychromos on that one. And then I used some Sparkle Pop gold for the X and O's. And I think it turned out so cute. I'm very happy with this one. Okay, so that is Benny Blue, Grayscale Coloring Book by Christine Karen. You guys may hear some background noise. I am doing laundry, so I do apologize in advance. All right, next we have Mythographic Aquatic by Joseph Kattenbang. And I finished this one I had started. All right, and in this one I used Inktense, Derwent Inktense. I used some Sparkle Pop, and that's it on this page. Let me just double check. Oh no, I take that back. Derwent Inktense, and it says here I use Faber-Castell, alcohol markers, Derwent Inktense, Lyra Aquacolor on this page. So you can see I use the Lyra Aquacolor for the blue, Inktense all in her hair and the tentacles. Her face, I used the marker and I shaded with the colored pencil, and everything else in here, all the little chains and bells and all that stuff were all in the gel pens, sparkle gel pens. I really love how this turned out. I'm really proud of this page. It was so fun to color too. And again, that's Mythographic Color and Discover Aquatic by Joseph Kattenbang. Next, we have Anime Coloring Book. And there is no publishers named anywhere on this. I don't know who you know, put this book together. It's just really strange to me that it doesn't have any of that information. But I colored one page, finished this one. I thought she was pretty sexy. And I did not like this because the grayscale was so light. You can barely see it. But it turned out okay. So this book is called Anime Coloring Book. Next, I colored in Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlzon. And I finished this page. You guys can't see that. Sorry about that. Okay. And I used Faber-Castell Polychromos for all of the coloring. I used some Sparkle Pop. You can see a little shimmer in there, especially on the tops of these roofs. I used some white gel pen or no, that was actual Posca to cover the lines and the flowers. So this was cute. I like this page. It was really fun. I'm not too happy with the flowers, but everything else I like. All right, so that was Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. Oh, okay, guys, next one. I do not like this page. I'll start off. I made so many boo-boos on this page, and I was just going here and there, doing this, doing that, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna compromise this paper, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. You can see already it's like really thick with different colors I had, but I'm happy with the coloring of the gnomes and the snail and my little squirrel here and everything else down here. It's just, I don't like the sky, and I don't like the choices I did for the mushrooms. These were a mess, guys. It was a whip for a reason, and this is all I could come up with to cover up what I had done, and I'm not happy with this page, but it's done. I like everything from here down. But I'm going to share it anyways. I was not going to share it because it's just not appealing to me. But, you know, I think that if we share our failures in coloring, you know, you can see what you can do differently the next time. But yeah, this is Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosanas. All right, next. We're still in the whips, guys. Next, we have Midsummer Spaziergang. And I have this cute little dragonfly. I'll zoom in. And this was done with, this one was done with, I think, Marco Raffine. And then I did some sparkly wings. Look at the wings, guys, in the light. I love the way I did the wings. And this was so fun to do and so quick. I don't know why it was a whip. I think I started it and just forgot to come back to it. But that was Midsummer Spaziergang. Let me take that off. And that's by Rita Berman. The next one is Midwinter Spaziergang by Rita Berman. And I did this page here. I had started this in California when I was on vacation, and I did not finish it while I was there, and I just forgot to finish it. But yes, I used polychromos on this one. Faber-Castell polychromos, black. I used black acrylic paint, and then I used some white Posca on this page. I like the way it turned out. I think it turned out just fine. All right, and that is Midwinter Spaziergang by Rita Berman. Next, I worked in Manic Botanic. And guys, this is like one of the first books I ordered from Amazon when I first got into ordering from Amazon. And so this has been a whip for probably more than 4 years. So this is Manic Botanic, sorry. And this is by Irina Vinick, right? And I colored these. This is really, really fun to color. I love this book. I love the images in this book. And I was like, I'm going to get more into this book. And I've done other pictures in here. I just love it. But yes, these are my iguanas. And this was done with Marco Raffine color pencils. All right. Next up, we have Lost Ocean. Out of all of the Johanna Basford books, this is my least favorite. And I think it's because there's a lot of intricate, so intricate. Okay, so the first page that I completed was this fish with my little bubbles. I attempted bubbles, guys. I think I did okay. I need a little work on the bubbles, but this is my fish, and you can see some gold gel pen all in mixing with the orange and on the edges of the page here. And on this one I used Prismacolor Premier. I did a soft pastel background and again gel pens. and also white gel pens for the bubbles. Right, next was this page full of fish. Let me zoom out. This page full of fish. Lots of fish. And again, this was also Prismacolor Premier, the whole picture. And then you'll see little bits and pieces, little bits of gel pens on all of the fish. All of the fish have some kind of gel pen on them, except for these guys right here. But that was really fun. It's just that those sections are so small. So it took quite a bit of time to do this page, but it's one done. All right, and the last one I did in this one was this wallpaper page. I don't know what in heavens made me start this page, but all of this was done in Prismacolor Premier, and I also used some gel pen. You can see some Sparkle Pop a little bit in the turquoise here. Yes, so 3 pages in Lost Ocean were whips. Now I have no more. Thank God. All right, next. This is Jonah Basford's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. This is the US version. This book I'm coloring for a special person. I'm not going to say. It's a surprise for them. And this is the page I completed. In this book, I'm only using Faber-Castell Polychromos and any gel pens or soft pastels or watercolor crayons. So I did this page here. I think it turned out really nice. This is the color scheme for the whole book, actually, like primary colors. All right. And again, Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. This is the US version. Next, I have Doodles in Outer Space by Irvin Ranyada. This one has a lot of whips I finished. So let's get started with the first one. Okay. So here's the first one. And this one I did with Prismacolor Premier, and I also used some gel pens, and the background was done with Sharpies. These are some really busy books. So getting one page done is a task. Let me just say that. All right, this is the next page I did. Finished. It was a whip. And this one I used Crayola, Arteza, and gel pens. So Crayola, color pencil, Arteza, color pencils, and some glitter gel pens in that. Okay, the next one. Oh yeah, all the backgrounds are done with Sharpie. All right, the next one, I love the color scheme on this one. It's one of my favorites in here so far. So this one, let me see, I'll check. Okay, and this one I use Conda markers, Sharpies, Arteza, expert colored pencils, and gel pens. You can see a little shimmer there, the silver, and some of the pink. I love the colors I used here. All right, next is this fun page. And on this one, Sharpies, Prismacolor, and gel pens. And you can see the blue little, I don't know what those little blobs are, but those I did in the Sparkle Pop gel pens, and everything else was done with colored pencil and marker. This is a really fun picture to do as well. All right, the next one, purple. All right. This one I use Sharpies, Prismacolor Premier, and gel pens. So you can see the shimmer from the gel pens. I use Prismacolor Premier in all of the little planets, and Sharpies in the background. Next, I used, in this page, I used Sharpies, I used Prismacolor Premier, and I used glitter gel pens. This was so fun. This is like one of the first ones I started and didn't finish. I love this page. Ice cream cone with the rockets or popsicles. I thought that was so cute. I needed to use some neons in there. I need a neon bird, a neon wrapper. I thought this was so fun to color. All right, next we have this page. Got a little sloppy on the border, but that's okay. This one was done with Sharpies and I believe Arteza. And I might have used Crayola Super Tips for basing that page as well. Okay, next. Sharpies for the background, Prismacolor Premier, and gel pens on this page. The gel pens are the Milky Pop, so they're not sparkly, but I use Milky Pop gel pens on that page. All right, the last page that I did in this book was this one. This was fun to do, and I used Sparkle Pop, I used Sharpies, and what else? Prismacolor Premier on this one. This one was really fun, and I went with the Milky Pop on the some of the little planets because I like the way that it looks so milky and neon colory. So if that's a word, neon colory. But yeah, I did a lot in this book, guys. This was Doodles in Outer Space. I think I've done like 18 pages in this book. So it's almost done. All right, next I have Shades of Kawaii by Miss Wah. And I finished this cute little page. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I love this page. I love this book. It's just so happy. And it made me smile while I was coloring it. So let's see if I wrote down. Didn't write down, but I think I used I believe it was Prismacolor Premier. And then I used some Sparkle Pop. You can see the shimmer. And then I used some neon like gel pens in that one. So again, that's Miss Wah, Shades of Kawaii. Really cute book. All right, next I colored in Wonderland by Emily Shen. This book, I don't know why I started this page. I think we had just moved into the house. This was like 2 years ago, and I didn't have anything to color. And I was like, I'm gonna go to the Dollar General and get a book real quick so I can have something to color because I'm bored. Well, I didn't feel like taking things out of boxes just yet, so I went and got this book and I started this page, and then I didn't finish. Man, it can't even fit in the frame. But yeah, so I colored this page. Oh, I'm sorry. This is called Wonderland, a coloring book inspired by Alice's Adventures. And I did this page. It was really fun. I try to keep soft, like pinks and light colors in it. And it turned out okay. The paper is kind of smooth. So in this one, I ended up using Marco Raffine. And I used some gel pens, but mainly Marco Raffine colored pencils. Oh yeah, and then I did use some Arteza Aquacolor in the background. All right, so that one is Wonderland. All right, next we have Posh Coloring Book, Inspired by Nature by Marjolaine Baston. And this one I did with Marco Raffine. This is the side I colored, and this is the side that I tried to use for inspiration. I wanted to copy it just to see if I could. And I think it turned out pretty good. This is one of my favorites right now. I really worked hard on this. There's a lot of layering. I had to like really look and see how they achieve these colors. Now the mushroom's not very close, but I think it's close enough. I still wanted some of this red to show. I didn't want it dark all the way up. And then my pinks are a little bit brighter than these. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed doing this page. It took a long time, but I just, took my time and did it. And that's the result I got. Very happy with that one. All right, so that one is Posh Coloring Book, Inspired by Nature. Next, we have Victorian Grayscale Coloring Book by Elena Lazareva. I did one in this one, which is this. And I really, really like this page. I used markers in the curtains, and I shaded with, what did I shade with? Oh my goodness. I think I want to say, I used, FC Polys, I believe. And then, some gold gel pen in there in her dress. I think her dress was done with, yeah, FC Polys as well. But this is really fun. And I don't know why this was a whip for so long. But again, that's Victorian Grayscale coloring book by Elena Lazareva. Next, we have Maui Mermaids and Island Whimsy Girls coloring book. This is one actually I was doing as a color along on my channel, and I didn't finish it. I just didn't have the inspiration to finish her, but I went ahead and finished it. So this page is mainly done with FC Polys. Yeah, all FC Polys really. And I did use some black micron pen to just define the eyelashes a little bit more so they didn't get lost in everything else. But yeah, the whole picture is done in FC Polys. Faber-Castell Polychromos. All right, and that is Maui Mermaids by Hannah Lynn. Next one we have is Seashore Scenes. It's a Creative Haven book by Dot Barlow. And I did this one here. I had gotten this when I was at the fair. I didn't bring any coloring books, and we were supposed to like just sit around and chill and color. And I was like, my God, I didn't bring anything. So I bought this book, I think at AJ Wright or AC Moore. And then I had found at Tuesday Morning the Spectrum watercolor sets. And so I did the background with the Spectrum watercolor set. And then I did shading with Prismacolor, I believe. Yeah, shading with Prismacolor color pencils. And I love how this turned out. This book is pretty nice. It's not so detailed. You can kind of use your imagination, your artistic abilities or whatever to kind of make these what you want them to be, you know, and I like that about this book. So yeah, this is really fun to do. That was Seashore Scenes, again by Dot Barlow. Okay, I have two more whips, and then we'll get into the books that were not whips. All right, so we have Prima Princesses. This page right here was awful. When I stopped, it was so awful, guys. I don't even want to really go into it. This is what it turned out to. I'm happy with it. I'm not happy with her skin, but everything else is fine. I used on this ink tints. I used watercolor crayons. I used markers. You name it, it's on here. Glitter gel pens. You can kind of see the shimmer in some of the flowers. Yeah. That's Prima Princesses. Okay. Last but not least, Outside the Lines 2. I did one in here. This one was almost done. I just had to do some shading in the background. And yay, this is so cute. I love this book. If you like books with variety, you should check out the Outside the Lines and the Outside the Lines 2. You get a lot of variety and a lot of cool stuff in here. But yes, I colored her. And I used, on this one, I do know I used Crayola Super Tips. And I shaded, I think, with Crayola, or did I shade it all? Crayola Super Tips and Marco Raffine. Yeah, Marco Raffine. I love it. That's me and my bird. All right, so that's it for the whips, guys. And so now we're going to take a little break because I need to refresh myself. And we're going to go into the new books. All right, now these are the books that I started. They didn't have any whips. I just chose new pictures in them to start. Okay, so we have Nice Little Town Interiors by Tatiana Bogoma. And I did one in here. I love this page. I love it. You guys, I went, excuse me, I was going to school for interior design. And I love interiors. I love coloring them. I love color scheming and whatever, color matching, whatever you're going to call it. I just love it. And this page turned out absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. I use markers. Let's see, did I write it down? No. I know I did use a lot of alcohol markers. I did use a lot of gold and silver gel pen. I shaded with I think I shaded with Artezas, and I absolutely love this picture. I love it. Yeah, so that was Nice Little Town Interiors. This is probably one of my favorite books that she's done so far. All right, next we have Mythographic Animals by Joseph Cottenbong. And I did this page here with the rabbit. I love it. Has shimmer in there. I used the Aquacolor, Lyra Aquacolor crayons. And what else did I use? Cali Art markers and Arteza pencils. And the glue and the gel pens. That's it. It's turned out really nice. All right, and that is Mythographic Animals by Joseph Cottenbong. Next, I colored in Whimsy Girls at Work by Hannah Lynn. And I colored her. In this one I believe I did use markers, Cali Art markers and Prismacolor pencils. And you can see I used some gel pen. There's a little shimmer in there around for the light and around her desk here. And yes, I like it. It was really fun to color. Really cute book too. All right, so that's Whimsy Girls at Work by Hannah Lynn. Next, I have Nice Little Town 7. And I colored this cute little page. This, I think, was a buddy color in my group. And I chose to do I don't like the color scheme, but it is what it is. But I really like how I did the flowers. So, but yeah, this was done with, didn't write it down. Sorry, this was done with, of course, alcohol markers. I think I shaded with Arteza, and then I had used white gel pens and some Sparkle Pop in there as well. All right, and that is Nice Little Town 7 by Tatiana Bogoma. All right, next we have Mythographic Color and Discover Enchanted Castles, and this is by Fabiana Attanasio. And I did this beautiful page. This is one of my favorites I've done. One of my faves. I love this book. I love castles. This is so nice. All right, so in this one I used, let's see if I wrote it down, Cali Art markers and Prismacolor Premier pencils to shade. I also used some Sparkle Pop. You can see all the shimmer. I'm sorry, it's out of frame. There's too many books over here. Sorry. Let me put this over here. This. All right, so yeah, I love this. I love how it turned out. I love my pink castle. So probably most of my castles will be pink in this book. So you might see another pink castle soon. All right, so that one was Mythographic Color and Discover Enchanted Castles by Fabiana Attanasio. Next, I colored in Nightfall, and this is actually a color along in my Facebook group. Oh no, my Facebook group. We do Zoom color and chats on Friday nights. I host every Friday, and they decided to pick a page every Friday that we work on together as the Zoom color and chat group. So we chose this picture to color, and I actually finished this last week. And this was done with Lyra Aquacolor crayons, and I shaded with Pablo, my Caran d'Ache Pablos, and I did a little bit of gel pen in their little, I don't know what that is coming out of their heads, but and I used some white gel pen on the mushrooms. And you can see down here, I also used some Sparkle Pop down in these leaves down here at the bottom. Yes, very fun to do. I love this book. Oh, and I also use, ink tints under here. So the background was done with the Lyra Aqua color. The trees and the leaves and everything was done with ink tints, and just a little shading on some of these with the Pablos. Sorry, I should have been more clear. But that was really fun. And that was Nightfall by Maria Trolle. Next is a color by number. So I got a lot of these color by numbers from Dover when they had that big, huge sale, $20 off of 50. And I said, let me get all the color by numbers I want. Oh, sorry. This one is by George Tufexis. And I did this one. Now, I'm not one of those people who will like flip out if I can't find the exact color. I'll just sometimes choose a different color or one close to it. So my picture doesn't look like it probably should, but it's the way I wanted to do it and use the colors I wanted to if I didn't have the color that it, told me to use, if it was off. So I just used the colors I wanted to, and I love the way it came out. And this one was done with, this one was mainly done with alcohol markers. And then I did use some, I think, Sharpies on this one too. Okay, so that's By the Sea, Color by Number by George Tufexis. The next one is Birds, Color by Number. And this one is by, this is by George, yeah, this is by George Tufexis as well. I did the first one. And this is the eagle. And I love this pink streak because I didn't have the exact colors. So I was like, you know what? It's going to be that color pink. And I like it. Gives a little bit of different look to it. So I really enjoy doing this, guys. These color by numbers are so relaxing. So that's Birds. Next, I colored in Mystery Colors Farm Animals. And I did the donkey. And in this book, I use Crayola Super Tips because they don't go through. They do a little ghosting, but not too much. But yeah. All right, that was Mystery Colors Farm Animals. Next, I worked in Mystery Colors again. This is illustrated by Joe Bartos. And I did the first one, which are the baby chicks. The paper in this one, compared to the magazine, is much better quality. And again, they're still going to be one-sided, so you can use alcohol markers. This one I chose to try using just my Crayola Super Tips. I don't like the streakiness in them, so I'll probably move to using alcohol markers. But for the most part, for all of these, I will probably use markers because it makes it go by so fast. And I like how bold it looks with the markers. All right, so that's Mystery Colors. The next one I colored, was this beauty. I bought this is from, my goodness. Oh, I should have wrote it down. This is Mystic Art Mirrors, I believe. Glorious Ink. And this was from the Fairies, the new Fairies one. I printed this out because I just wanted to test it out because I bought the PDF. And I wanted to test it out, and I printed it on just cheap, like regular printer paper. But I colored her I colored all of this in Crayola color pencils. And I like the way it came out. Her face, her skin still looks, you can see the white, but it's because of the paper. I probably should have used markers, but I love the color scheme I use for this. So what I'll do is just use the same colors when I color it on the better paper because I printed it out on cardstock. So yes, I love how she turned out. She is a cutie. All right, next we have American Landscapes Color by Number by Diego Jordan Pereira. And this is what I have. This is the first one. And I like landscapes, so this is really fun to color too. And I used Crayola Super Tips. Yes, and again, I don't like the streaking in there, but it is what it is. That's a Crayola Super Tip. So yes, I may opt to use colored pencils in this one since it's not so busy like the George Tufexis, but we'll see. But American Landscapes, color by number. All right, next I colored in Floral Design, color by number by Jessica Mazurkiewicz. I can't say her. Mazurkiewicz. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Sorry about that. But this one I used Sharpies in this one. All Sharpies. So again, I didn't have the exact colors, but I went with what I thought was close enough, and I still like the way it came out. And I like that Sharpies are not so streaky, so I might have to go get some more Sharpies in all different colors, because I do like how the Sharpies color on this paper. All right, so that's Floral Design, color by number. We're almost done, guys, almost done. Glorious Gardens, color by number by George Tufexis. This is my favorite color by number I've done so far. Again, I didn't have exact colors. I went with loud colors, and I like the way it turned out. It's unique because I used whatever I wanted to. I didn't have exact colors, and I love the way it came out. Ooh, I love this. So in this one, I used Stabilo and Prismacolor markers. Stabilo and Prismacolor markers. All right, so Glorious Gardens. This is really nice. All right, next I have Mythical Mermaids. This is a mosaic color by number by Color Questopia. This is my first Color Questopia coloring book. I did this one. I want to say I used Crayola Super Tips. Yeah, Crayola Super Tips. And then what I decided to do was in between the lines to use gel pen, like glitter gel pens that matched as close as I could to the color I was using. And you can see that even in her hair, all that glitter. I like the way this turned out. So I might do that for all of the pictures because these are some really nice pictures. And I like that, doing that with the gel pen in between. So yeah, that is my Mythical Mermaids mosaic color by number book by Color Questopia. All right, next I did City Sights color by number by George Tufexis. And again, whatever I found I wanted to use, I used it. So my picture probably doesn't look like everybody else's because I went with what I wanted to. And I love how it looks. It just looks so like off the wall. Like, I don't know. I love how I use the neons in there and stuff. So I like this one. This is another favorite of mine. This book is so great. I love all this city stuff and architectural. I love it. So this is City Sights by George Tufexis. Oh, what did I use? Let me see. Stabilo, Crayola, Prismacolor, and Conda. So I did 4 different markers. 4 different markers. All right. Next I colored in Fantastic Beauties coloring book by Demita Victoria. This is the grayscale edition. And I colored her. You guys, I'm so nervous about coloring skin. It's something that I need more practice on. And so she does look a little streaky because I just used marker. I decided not to shade her skin at all because I was like really nervous about messing the picture up. But I used Winsor Newton brush tip markers, Cali Art markers, acrylic paint, and gel pens. So back here is the, I colored that all in with marker, black marker, and I use gold metallic acrylic paint, and I splattered it on here. And I used marker as the base for her hair, and then I shaded with black. And then you see some gold Sparkle Pop gel pens on her little braid endings, her earrings, and her necklace, and here, and in her shirt. And I like how it turned out. So will I color in this book again? Yes, because next quarter, guys, all of my pictures are going to be of faces. So I'm going to get practice this next quarter coloring skin the whole quarter. Every picture is going to have somebody's face in there, and it's going to be colored the best that I can color it. So I will be doing a lot of referencing and stuff while I'm coloring for the next quarter while I'm doing those faces. All right, so next we have Mystery Colors Natural Wonders. And I colored this one. I used Crayola Super Tips. This was really fun to color. I love these mystery color magazines. They're really hard for me right now to find in Walmart, so I just went ahead and signed up for the subscription and said forget it. I cannot search every single Walmart for these books. All right, so the next one we have is Still Life, Color by Number. And this one is by, who's this one? I think it's by Joe. Oh, Diego Jordan. I can't say his last name very well. Pereira, I think. But I colored this one. This is really, really fun to color. Again, my color scheme does not look like the original. Let me see if I can find it so you guys can see. So this one right here, if you don't, I'm sorry if you don't like to see the completed, but it's supposed to be more like that. And as you can see, mine's more bright and vibrant. And I like that. It's different. So again, you can do these books. You don't have to worry about matching so much. Just, it'll still turn out nice. You know, it's just the way that you want to do it. So that was really fun. Let me see. I think I used alcohol markers on this. All alcohol markers. I think, yeah. And down here I may have used Stabilo, I think. But yeah, Still Life, Color by Number. All right, we're at 52 minutes. I have 2 books left. The last 2 books I'm going to show you guys are the books that I'm trying to finish this year. So Fairy Miracles is one of them. Look at it's getting all messed up here. But this is one of them I did some work in. So let's look at the first one. I colored this one. I love it. So I'm coloring both sides, guys. I didn't count this side as a page when I was counting my 79 pages, but you might as well count it as a page. But on this one, I used the aqua color crayons. I used some stickles in the wings. I used glossy accents on the eyes and some of these little drops in the heart, glossy heart. And what else? And then I shaded with Faber-Castell colored pencils. And I like the way my bunnies came out. I think they're so cute. I love it. Next, I did this page. And this one I'm not so happy with. I'm not good at doing fur. I attempted it. It's okay. I can do better. I'll try. I'll research. But yeah, so this one I used the Literal Aqua Color crayons, Faber-Castell Polychromos. I used some glossy accents for the eyes of each little mouse and some glitter gel pens in there and on top of the houses here. And yeah, I like it. It's just I don't like them. But that's okay. And over here I did same color scheme. So each side is going to have the same color scheme. All right. Then I did this cute page right here. Very happy with this one. She's so cute. Again, Literal Aqua Color crayons. The Faber-Castell Polychromos for shading. I used Sparkle Pop for the ring. I use white gel pen for the stone. And then the stickles for her wings. And then I put some, looks like some Sparkle Pop in the flowers up here too. But I like how she turned out. Look how sparkly pretty this book is. It looks better in person, you guys. I feel like these videos don't do any of these pages justice. I really don't. But anyways. And then I did this double page spread. This is one of my favorites in the book so far. Again, the same things. I use the same materials. And this was so fun. It was so fun. And I put, you can see over here, I used, stickles on this cake. You can see it shimmer a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. And over here on her wings, and also on his wings. And so this is really fun. I love it. I love this page. It's one of my favorites too. All right. And then last but not least, the book that's getting on my nerves that my group chose, but I'm doing it because I said I would, is Gnomes in the Neighborhood. And I did so many pages in this book. I'm almost done, guys. I have probably this left to base. And then once I'm done basing all of those, I have this much left in the book to color. Not very much at all. And I'll be done. So let's go. All right. Oh, this book. It's the cutest book, but it is getting on my nerves. I'm tired of coloring it. But here, I love this page. I love the color scheme I chose. I don't know how I came up with this color scheme, but I love it. So let's see what we used. Arteza gel pens and Lyra Aqua Color. So Arteza color pen, expert color pencils, gel pens, and Lyra Aqua Color on this page. And I love it. I love the house. All right, next we have this page. This one I used, well, I can tell it's alcohol markers. And then I did use some Lyra Aqua Color crayon for the background here. And then I shaded with probably the Arteza color pencils. And yeah, that's that one. Next, we did this one here. And this one was really fun because I actually found this like marble gel pen. And so I said, I'm just going to use it for the stones. And I like how the color in the stones kind of marbles out. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. I don't know how good you guys can see that with my lighting. But yeah, so I like how it's milky and then it has like this bluish swirl inside of the pink. So I'll zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see. But yeah, that was really fun to color. So I did that on all the stones. And what else did I use? Aqua Color crayons. I used Soho color pencils and the marble gel pen. So the shading was done with Soho color pencils. And the Soho color pencils work really nice in this book. This one was a very simple page. I'm not doing anything else to it. No background, nothing. This is all done with gel pens. And I used, I think, metallic gel pens. And that's it. And that's all that I'm doing on this page. Oh my gosh. Okay, next. No background for this one either. This is all I'm doing for this page. So this one I used Lyra Aqua Color crayons, Plucus color pencils, and gel pens. So I don't know if you guys heard of the Plucus brand, but those work really nice in this paper too. So, and the goal is to try to use all of my medium that I have in this book. So I'm like alternating different pencils. I'm still going to use aqua color crayons in most of it, but for the pencils, I will be switching up the pencils. All right, next I have this cute page. I love it. I made sure that each dress coordinated with the top and the shoes coordinated with whatever was lined up with. And I like it. I'm not doing a background because I feel like there's a lot going on here. It doesn't really need a background. And this one I use Lyra Aquarelle crayons and Soho colored pencils and gel pens for the hangers. You can see a little shimmer there. Next, I did this page. I love this page too. One of my favorites. And I used Pretty Excellent watercolor. This is a new watercolor palette I got. The P. Cezanne colored pencils, gel pens, and the Aqua Color crayons. So I got a chance to play around with some new watercolors on this one. And I love it. It's so cute. This is a cute page. One of my favorites in here so far too. All right, next I have a blue color palette. Blue, orange, and yellow here. I love it. And this one, let's see what I used. Lyra Aquacolor crayons, Crayola Super Tip, and Pentel gel pens. And that's it. No shading. Yeah, no shading at all. All just using those materials there. All right. Next, I love this one too. So cute. Very cute. This one I used Lyra Aquacolor crayons, gel pens, and the P. Cezanne color pencils. And those color pencils work great in this on this paper too. I don't know. It's something like with the cheaper brand color pencils, the soft ones. Oh my gosh, the paper loves it. And so you can see a little sparkle in the little berries on these plants. And I really like this page too. Next we have this guy chilling up on a bunch of flowers. I wanted this to be the yellow, black, and white page. I had some orange for the sky. And then I used some gel pens here. But this one I used Lyra Aquacolor crayons, Marco Raffine, Pentel Sparkle Pop, and Sakura gel pen. Yes. I like it. All right. Next we have this page here. This one I use fine liners, Stabilo fine liners, no shading, just all Stabilo fine liners, and Crayola Super Tips. That's it. And I'm Lyra Aquacolor crayons for the sky. Some of the pages I can't see coloring with pencil because there's such tiny, tiny spots. So I was like, some of these pages will have to be done with fine liners. So that was one of those pages. All right, this guy here chilling on top of a pile of pillows. I love this page. I'm not doing the background. I just like the simplicity of just him, and that's it. But yeah, so this one I used Lyra Aquacolor crayons, Marco Raffine, and gel pens. Turned out really nice. And last but not least, out of all my pages, thank God we're to the last page, guys, is this page here. I used lots of gel pens. You can see in all of that, lots of gel pens. And what color pencils? Marco Raffine color pencils and Lyra Aquacolor crayons in the flowers. That's it. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging on. It's over an hour. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you stayed to the end, thank you so much. I will be working on doing my 2,500 subscriber giveaway. And you guys, please look out for that. But until next time, y'all, take care.